I have Nelson and Karla with me today, and today they're going to join me on my Facebook Live. So today, well, I was supposed to do Savers, so today I'm actually on a reading of Savers, but however, I thought because we have Nelson and Karla today, I'm going to wait to do Savers another day, because what I want to speak to you about today, or what I want Nelson and Karla to do, is actually share their story on how Nelson actually beat his own diabetes, and so today's post is really more about health and how to get to optimal health, really. So Nelson, can you please share what's happening in your life, and you know how you felt when you first found out about your diabetes, and what you did to actually get yourself to optimal health?
Okay. Hello everybody. This is our first live.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. In any case, thank you, Ivy.
Thank you
for the opportunity. Yeah, so back in 2012, just to give you a bit of background, back in 2012, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and basically, yeah, the world was crashing down on us. You asked me about the feelings. It's a mixture of feelings, because it was sort of frustration, disappointment that I didn't look after myself.
Yeah.
And a sense of loss, because you kind of feel, well, I lost my health, and felt desperate because I didn't know what to do, because I didn't even know what diabetes was.
Yeah.
After that, went through the usual protocol of getting a medication to get my sugars back to normal, and that was okay, and they went back to normal pretty quickly, actually, luckily. And then I remember this very clearly, because I went to a session with my doctor to review after a month.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, so this medication actually is working, because I can see my blood's going back down. So can I stop using them? And he said, no, you need to keep using them.
It's like a lifelong thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I asked him, so how long do I need to use this?
Yeah.
For life. And then at that moment I thought, my God, I'm not going to accept this.
Yeah.
I cannot depend on this medication.
Yeah.
And so we started, both of us started a sort of a journey of discovering what diabetes was.
Yeah.
Why I had diabetes. Why me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why at age of 38 I get diabetes.
Yeah.
And yeah, because there is a lot of misinformation, especially at the time. Nowadays it's a bit more known, but back in the day, there was a lot of information coming from the profession, the medical profession, that was confusing, and so we had to research a lot ourselves and try and test things. And by that process of trial and error, we came across many things that we actually tried and actually worked.
Yeah. So can you share maybe one or two of those tips?
So I think that the secret of reversing type 2 diabetes, in a nutshell, is rapid weight loss.
Okay.
Because the body needs to utilize insulin more effectively, and the way to do that is to reduce your fat in your body cells.
Yeah.
And also in your muscle structure. So the more lean muscle you have, the better the insulin works. There is a heap of technology and terminology behind it, but that in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so we focused on that weight loss.
Yeah.
So when I was diagnosed, I was 36 kilos heavier than now.
Wow.
I was massive.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why. It runs in my family as a genetic
so
trait.
diabetes is actually
But at the same time, my lifestyle didn't help. And so Karla, especially Karla, you know, and I'll bring you to it. She investigated a lot of sort of the nutritional side of the diabetes and what helped, and what should I eat, what shouldn't I eat, and also foods that stimulated weight loss. Because we used to eat for comfort, not for nutrition, and that was the problem.
Yeah. So what were some of the foods that you thought Nelson needed to eat to gain that optimal health?
Well, to be honest, something that I find out is that he needs to consume more cinnamon and turmeric, things that are really natural, and stop eating starchy foods because they elevate your blood sugar levels. So we didn't eliminate because we believe in a balanced lifestyle. So we don't eat, for example, pasta and rice and potatoes every single day. We eat them, but it's from time to time. Because at the end of the day, we like to enjoy life. And we like to eat, let's be honest.
Oh, we know. Because we love going out with you to eat.
Yeah, for us foodies, it's actually it's a problem. Because you know, obviously comfort food is the best thing ever, right? But yeah, so you know, like anything in life. And we discovered this in sort of, I guess, the hard way. It's all about balance.
Okay.
And it really is about balance. Everything that you do in life, you always come out of balance, and then you have to find a way of coming to balance. So anything that you do. So for example, on your physical fitness, if you don't exercise, you're out of balance. So how do you rebalance? Well, the way that we found to rebalance is to focus more on the nutrition, because 70-75% of your weight loss is actually the nutrition. 15-20% will be your exercise, and then the rest is sleeping and relaxation and obviously your mindset and your meditation. But
so other than the physical part, like having to exercise more, you also then like increased your nutrition, and obviously ate most of those superfoods like turmeric and cinnamon and ginger.
And ginger.
And then you had to reframe your mindset.
Starts with the mindset, to be honest.
Oh wow, okay.
Because
so it starts with the mindset.
Because you go through this process of loss. Like if you lost a dear one in your life. It's a very similar process. Because you go through a phase of shock. You go through a phase of why me. You go through the phase of bargaining. You know, I will do anything to not get this. Then you go through a phase of finally acceptance, and then finally moving on. So we had to go through those, and it took us a while. I actually go through them really quickly. Karla takes a little bit longer. But for me, it was like, okay, the day that it happened, yes, I went through that sort of sad period. Like, you know, very, very low. But then I kicked into action, and then I started to researching about it and started to educating myself about it to be able to manage it and to be able to deal with it. So it starts with the mindset, because I think the mindset that you need to have to overcome anything in life, especially diabetes, is you need to think about your goal. Where you're gonna, you know, what you want to do. So you're here now. And obviously you're diabetic, but you don't want to be diabetic. So the natural goal is, okay, I'm not going to be diabetic. I want to reverse this thing, and it's possible. And so then the question is, how do you get there? So your mindset helps you not only frame those goals, but also plan and execute. Because it gets hard. Because the comfort foods are there. If you have we rarely have some treats in the house.
We don't.
But we used to have loads, right? And we had to dispose all of them because they're a natural sort of distraction and a natural sort of craving. You know, you go back to them. So your planning becomes easy, but your execution is harder. So that's where your mindset needs to be. You need to be clear on what you're doing and your goal, and also aspects of mindset as well are, for example, relaxation and meditation.
Wow. Okay.
To help you focus on what you want to achieve.
So that's actually really interesting to hear that it was actually your mindset that, you know, that was the first thing that helped you to make changes. Because actually what I've been doing on my Facebook Live is I'm actually talking about mindset, and I've always been talking about how children can develop that positive mindset to actually make changes in their life. So yeah, I mean, like your situation and the way that you overcame diabetes really does say a lot about how important it is to actually learn that mindset, you know, from an early age. And I guess one last question would be, what would you recommend? I mean, like, you know, the parents, the children, and anyone that's watching, what can you recommend to them to actually prevent diseases? So, I mean, like, you know, for parents, I think it's really important for us parents to actually know, you know, what sort of things that we can do and what sort of lifestyle we can help our children to develop, like a habit of. So what might they be?
Well, I'm not sure preventing disease is probably something I can comment on, but I can definitely comment on becoming healthier, or at least encouraging children to be more mindful of what their activities are, eating and exercising, or eating and activities. I think, you know, I remember my mum trying to teach me how to eat vegetables, right? Vegetables are a key part of our success, because in the vegetable world you get most of your nutrients. All those micronutrients come from the vegetable world. If you don't have enough vegetables in your diet, you lack nutrients, and then you will actually crave for the other stuff, you know, crave for the starchy stuff. And so from an early age, I think it's important that kids learn how to eat, how to get used to those flavors.
And that's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a hard one.
Kids don't like vegetables.
But you need to actually do that from baby. You know, give them, you know, that carrot, and they taste the carrot, and it tastes like a carrot, is sweet, and then give them a broccoli. And not give them only the sweet stuff as a treat. Because a treat could be a broccoli. You could tell them, if you do this, I'll give you a broccoli.
Or a carrot.
Or a carrot.
Or a fruit.
I guess another thing that I remember telling one of my parents at school, because she said to me, oh my goodness, like, it's so hard to get all the vegetables into your child. And so I said, oh, you know what we do at home? We put it all in a smoothie, and we include the turmeric, we include the ginger, we include the powders, and boom, there you go. That's the nutrients for the day.
Tasty.
And it's tasty.
That's
and
right.
They don't know it.
And I said, especially in the summertime, it is like a treat to them. A smoothie is a treat, right?
Well, recently we were visiting a friend, and she has 2 kids, and her partner has another 2 kids, and you know, they wanted us to cook, and so we said, okay, we'll make a pesto, but I'll make a pesto with kale and spinach. And a bit of basil for flavour, but they didn't know. And so they ate the whole thing.
And without knowing that it was.
Without knowing. And then we told them, and
afterwards.
They thought, wow.
So do they eat?
No, they loved it. They said, wow, I didn't think kale would taste like this.
But at the beginning they were just like, no, what? But it was nice.
It tastes nice,
so now do they eat kale?
At least in the pesto they like it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, Karla. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.